Right, guys, we are here again. Today, I think we already know the week we are in. It's BECE week. When wherever you go today, that is what is being talked about on all news media channels. That's what you hear. Before I say anything in relation to the BECE, I want to just get everybody here to understand something. For me, I feel the Ministry of Education isn't really doing a lot. Okay, based on the kind of measure they are putting in place, that I think they are not doing so much. I feel like they've allowed so many things to happen. They've allowed so many things to take place, and that is really for me as the cause of why they are now they have to put so many measures in place. If you ask me, like I'm being honest with you, so the way teachers cannot punish students, like now they are saying instead of beating, instead of trying to giving them a little bit of hard punishment, I would say now what they are doing is teachers would have to, they are saying talk to them, right? So talk to the student, and I mean ever since we started talk to them, what has that gotten us? So the discipline we used to have in schools, those days when we were in school, believe me, when I tell you that there was, even though there were stubbornness, but there were a lot of discipline, because students would then know as and when they need to really do certain things, and the fear of some of the teachers was enormous. I will tell you that in my time in school, Sofion, that was our senior housemaster then, Sofion, and I'm mentioning Sofion because that is a name that my people know. All right, if I talk about Sofion, everybody there knows that, yeah, he knows with, and then I wouldn't want to mention his actual name. I know his name, but I wouldn't want to mention his actual name because he's not in the known for what is happening now. But everybody feared him. When you see him coming, even on normal school day, when you see, there was this fear that if you're not doing something right, okay, if you're not doing something right, once you see someone in authority, you try to do, it's either you do whatever you're not doing right, you do it right, or you make sure that you disappear. That was what we were basically doing at the time. And so now all those fear is no longer there. Now students gets to do whatever they want because nobody can punish them. They can choose to do their homework. They can choose to learn. Nobody, like those early morning mentals, right? Where they get students on their toes, Charlie. Oh, but class. When you say you have to be in class the next morning, Charlie, what's why? It's like, yo, what dream you know, Charlie? You are trying to, it's mathematics. Hey, Charlie. Oh, class. When days where we had math in the morning. It was the way you find us, we try to get in class early to just make sure our timetables are, we read them to make sure, say we say a question and we'll get them and all that. Charlie, it be serious. But now is it there? No, because mentals wasn't really about, it was trying to push the student, for me, push the student to do more than what they usually do, okay? And so there's a bit of beating. I mean, a lot of beating, I should say, because my time, nobody was telling anybody to decide on us and what punishment to be given. So I remember those days, a classmate of mine when I was in primary didn't do the homework, and when it was break time, before the other lesson could take place, she quickly ran home and then went to do it. Okay, so when she was doing it, the mom saw her and then hold her hand. It was break over. Everybody was in class. Before we could see from the windows, we could see this girl's mother dragging her all the way from the house to the school. They were living just close to the school. And then when she came, the mother requested the cane from the teacher and whooped her. I'm telling you. Mami nankasa bone bano or you know catch teacher and say, this is what she's doing. I feel now in homework. So you can beat her. It was, if this is your mother, okay, and when the parent and the teacher are in the same boat, okay, or are in the same pool, do you think kids of today would be out there when they have to learn? They are on TikTok or they are on the social media doing all sorts of things. They are creating all sort of nonsense. I mean, if you go out there today, you don't need me to tell you. Now, far from that, and I partly blame GES for some of their policies, some of the implementations and kind of things they put out there, because I think it's not really helping. Now, fast forward, let's come to why I'm here today. So, it's BECE week, and in previous years and previous past BECE, even during our time and all that, there was a lot of talk about cheating and all that, right? So there's always something that they're trying to do to make sure that they minimize the level of cheating or student trying to bring foreign materials to the exam hall and stuff. Now this year it's of no difference, but then this year they've increased, or let's say the strategy has changed. It's been more aggressive for me. So this year, from ministry, from the GES, students are not to put on belts, especially the gent, and both male and female are not supposed to wear shoes. So they are supposed to put on either slippers or sandals. If you don't have sandals, you put on slippers. Those who are to put on the hijab, the Muslims who put on, this hijab, are not supposed to put them on. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Cool. That is one bit of it. Teachers who are going to supervise, invigilators, are not supposed to go there with their mobile phones. They just are not even trusted. No, see, we've heard in the past, right, that teachers actually help students. Okay, some of them help them to cheat. It's no, I mean, there's no argument there. But then, don't you think it's getting more shameful in our exams? I mean, BECE to precise, and it's not just BECE. If you go all the way to, if you go to the WASI, it's like that. All right, I think it's shameful. Okay, that the whole world is watching. It's all over news. Teachers, like, they don't even trust the teachers enough to. Then why you put them there? Why don't? Then maybe you should just get cameras rather. Get CCTV, put them in every room, so that there wouldn't be the need of a teacher being there. The CCTV records everything. There are just some people sitting back there watching. So once they see somebody do something else, they can just, alert, and then whatever. If the person is carrying a foreign material, they just go pick it up. But then to just make teachers like, no, for me, come on. I feel like this is way too much. It is not really helping our system. It's actually telling the Western world, for me, that they can't have faith in our system, because it is meant to look like almost every student out there, okay, every student out there isn't really how do I put it? It's not really studying properly. Okay, it is as though they are all just doing something. And for me, that is bad. That is not helping. It's not going to help our education system. So now, if I'm to apply for any job overseas, and then they know you are from Ghana, they have this trust issue. They feel like you cheated your way through school and all that. I think the way we are making the whole thing look like, okay, those who are in charge of these policies to kind of look at GES and Ministry of Education to kind of look at how they will best, because we are in school, and then you need to dress decent, you need to dress, and then now you are telling me that when I'm writing the exam, I can't put on belt. Some people's shorts that, nikaboka. Okay, some people are putting on nikaboka, and the belt is the only thing supporting it, right? So now if they take off the belt, how do they walk? I mean, I don't need to say a lot, but I mean, you've seen them, okay? People are wearing oversized stuff. And so if they take off the belt, how do they look? Okay, and mind you, see, students every year, take it or leave it, it's not just Ghana, but everywhere in the world, everybody is trying to find means or ways and means to cheat. It is all over the world, okay? But then, in as much as they try to do that, it is also up to the GES, in my opinion, to also come up with a strategic way of making sure that they minimize. See, you can't get rid of it completely, okay? But you can minimize. So I think it should be more, proper way, because for me, this is not really helping. This is not helping, believe me. And so I think they really need to consider making them dress anyhow, because those who, like I said earlier, those who do not have sandals, okay, proper sandals, would have to wear slippers. I am sure if you go to, so that imagine, even in people in Accra, some are wearing slippers. Okay, how much more those in the rural areas? What do you think they'll be wearing? they're chalewate, and even then some of them will have to go barefooted because they can't afford to get sandals to wear. Okay, this is what we actually, and for me, even though it's just for a short while because of the exams, it is not right. It is not right. And mind you, people are going around with camera trying to capture the situations on ground, and it's out there. Everybody's seeing this out there. Everybody is seeing this out there, and it's not helping. It is not helping at all. For me, okay, and the experience I have had, I mean, in the past year when I was in school, and I also wrote BECE, I also wrote, and then WASI and all that. I feel like the processes is too. This is too. This is too much. This is too much, and I think people that can really speak to it should try and then speak to it because it's not helping. Thank you.